I often talk about the wonderful affordability of housing in the Space Coast and what the lifestyle is like down here should you choose to relocate to Florida. So today, what I don't talk about very often is the jobs market, and I'm going to fix that today. I'm speaking with Nancy Peltonen. She is the president and CEO of the Greater Palm Bay Chamber of Commerce, and if anyone has their finger on the pulse of this area in terms of jobs and what the businesses look like, it would be Nancy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really looking forward to speaking with you.
Well, thank you for the invitation. This is very unique. So I'm glad that you're we keep saying we're the best kept secret, but I'm not sure that's true anymore. So yeah, you guys the cat's out of the bag.
Growing like crazy, aren't you?
Yeah. Brevard County is one of the fastest growing regions in the country.
Yep.
And Palm Bay is just
booming.
Absolutely crazy. We have 150,000 residents. We're the second largest city in Central Florida that no one seems to know. People they'll go Palm Beach and it's like, no, Palm Bay. We are the largest city in Brevard County. And expected to grow another 30,000 in the next, few years. So it's a lot of growth, and it's definitely for people that lived here before. They would not recognize the area. It's just changed so much.
Mm-hmm. Well, so I often get questions from people that are considering moving down here. Great living here. It's great being able to afford things, but what about moving my business down here, or what if I have to find a new job? Surely the jobs market can't be that good.
Well, that's the unique thing. That's why we are growing so much. I think everybody knows we are the Space Coast launch capital of the world. We have a spaceport here at Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral, and we're already at 53 launches. So if you have never seen one, they are absolutely spectacular. Sadly, I think for some of us that live here, we're like, oh, there's another one. Okay, I'll catch the one tomorrow.
Just literally all you have to do is look out your window.
Yes, you do. Yes, I live on the river. I stand on the balcony. Sometimes I can sit on my couch and watch. I mean, it's just really bad, but they're phenomenal. And that industry has spurned off other industries. And so we are not just reliant on the space industry. That was one of the challenges back in 2008 when the housing crisis and all that happened, and then the shuttle program ended in 2011.
Right.
So it's kind of a twofold whammy for this area, and people didn't think we were going to recover for decades. And yet commercial space has been going like crazy. You've got the huge footprint of Blue Origin, of SpaceX, and they're not just launching here, they're actually manufacturing here.
Right.
We also have, we are the largest per capita manufacturers also in the state of Florida. So a lot of people don't realize that there are all these manufacturing jobs, and some are related to the space industry, but a lot aren't. There's boat manufacturers, there's Bombardier with their jet skis, and 3D printing and drones, and there's just all different types of things here. And the other nice thing about this area, we have a very large military presence.
Yes.
We are one of the largest areas for retirees from the military. But we also have such an active base. So with Patrick Space Force Base, they definitely support all the launches. And we've got the Coast Guard here, we've got NO2 here, we've got the new STARCOM. I mean, it's AVTech. It's really a hub for military. And so, we do have to deal with a lot coming in and out. You know how every couple of years they can often get deployed to a new area.
Right.
So, I think this area has been really good at helping try and get licenses approved from other states, because that's one of the biggest things. If you're an esthetician in another area, then you have to go through the whole thing again here. So trying to have reciprocal licenses and that, just because of the military presence, but it helps everyone. So I think that there's so much opportunity here. And even new time, first job seekers, there's all the support industries. So there is definitely a lot of really opportunities here. And then if you love the laid back lifestyle, I mean, seriously, you can go surfing in the morning, hang out at the beach, go to work. I mean, at night you can go ride through trails or kayak down the Turkey Creek, or bioluminescence at night. We're one of the only areas in the world that has a bioluminescence kayaking. I mean, it really is a very diverse area, and they're not crazy beaches. It isn't where it's party central and it's wall to wall blankets, unless you have have the surfing Santas or the Thunder on the Beach or the air show,
Now
then
and
the
then.
beaches are packed. But other than those, I mean, literally, we are 72 miles of coastline, and you can park your blanket anywhere along there. So very nice.
Yeah, really wonderful area.
Mm-hmm.
So you just touched on an immense amount of things, from manufacturing to the beauty of being on the water and the kind of jobs that affords people.
Mm-hmm.
So what about someone considering moving their business down here? What is it like trying to find people to fill the jobs? Because that was a problem in the not distant past.
It's true. It actually still is now, because Brevard County has more jobs than people to fill them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still a bit of a challenge. It obviously depends on the industry. Lockheed, Boeing, L3 Harris, all of those often are looking outward to bring people in, just because the number, I mean, if you're looking for 1,000 practically engineers, they're not even graduating that many around here, right? So they kind of have to look in other areas. But for most jobs, I mean, there are opportunities, and they're so diverse, especially when I mention manufacturing. I mean, we have a lot of programs here that if somebody wants to come and upgrade skills, they sort of have this mindset about university and, you know, having to go through that. But really, if you get in the trades, you are set for life. If you can weld, if you're a plumber, HVAC, they have a CT, Certified Production Technician, so CPT program that you can go through that is often sponsored, no charge or very minimal, and that gets you in the door, and then you can upgrade. Most companies will pay for you to go and get more certifications for what they need. Yes, it's a really great area for that. And
you know, one of the things that people and I were talking about, we talk about the fact that the housing market here is booming, but what that means in terms of jobs for trades, for infrastructure, for education, all those things have to come right along with all those new people.
Absolutely. One of the biggest areas of need is healthcare and teachers.
Well, and Palm Bay Hospital is getting ready to expand.
Yes, a huge expansion. So I think that'll be great. And just with the aging population too, there's never enough in the healthcare field. So that's definitely an area, if you're a nurse, great place to come. There's just a lot of different opportunities. And like I said, the education system, we still have a lot of growth in this area. So there are young families, so teachers are always in demand. I think Brevard Public School is the second largest employer in the county after either Health First, they're one or two. So I don't know if they switched. So I think Health First was first, and then the schools, and then L3 Harris. So, you know,
what a wonderful combination of
Yes, it really is. It really is a great place. So we've got about 650,000 residents here. So it's not a crazy area, similar to South Florida, where you just can't move. You really feel there's room here that you can get around. Sure, there's some infrastructure issues. I think everywhere that's experienced this kind of growth, it was really hard to plan for that.
And keep up with it.
Right, yeah. So new roads are an issue, and the county is looking at that, but all of that takes time. But they're realizing, there are some projects that are really important. But we also have our own airport here. So Melbourne, Orlando International Airport.
Just up the street.
Literally, we can get there within 10 minutes. Titusville has an airport. They're also going to be recognized as a spaceport. We're the only one of 3 quintimodal transportation hubs in the entire country. So
what does that mean?
So we have a spaceport, we have an airport, so we have a cruise port, trains, and roads.
Wow.
And so
you didn't think about that,
Very unique.
And Cape Canaveral, of course, is one of the 2 largest in the world.
Yes, Port Canaveral is the second largest cruise terminal, passenger-wise, in North America. So it's amazing. And after Miami, I mean, it's crazy.
And they kind of bounce back and forth with each other.
They do, and they're adding, I don't know how many hundreds of millions of dollars to expand.
I was just reading about that.
Yeah, and the other terminal, because the ships are mega ships now. So what you built 20 years ago is not for the 7,000 or 8,000 passenger cruise ships. So they're definitely expanding that as well. It's just having them here is kind of fascinating. We do this event called Space Coast Symposium, and we had this young man with Nobo, and he invented they're like pod packs. but they were shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. And the packaging disintegrates once it's in water.
Fabulous.
He was on Shark Tank at, I think he was 16 or 18 years old, and got Mark Cuban invested $3 million in his company. It's right here in Palm Bay, this manufacturing place. And we're like, who knew?
Never even
you
heard
know?
of it.
Yeah, it's just, it's just really fascinating what's around here.
I asked Nancy to speak with me today because this chamber is just so locked into this area, and they want to disseminate that information and help their members get out there.
Yes.
So tell me about the symposium you have coming up.
Sure. Our Space Coast Symposium, it's our 7th one.
Which is fabulous unto itself.
It really is. We didn't do it during the pandemic. It started in 2017. We're expecting about 600 attendees this year. We're at the largest facility. That's the one thing we need in Brevard County is an event place. Yes.
Yeah.
We just don't have that, which is really surprising. But so we're at Radisson at the port. We're taking over the Pavilion and Conference Center. One of the exciting things is SpaceX. So, we know they launched practically every other day, but they're so busy in the business that they're not really out in the community. So we were able to get the VP of launch, Nico Dochev, and he is going to give an update. And I've just never heard anyone speak from SpaceX before, so we're very excited. Another keynote we have is Rob Long. He's the CEO of Space Florida. So get the whole statewide perspective of what's going on. And then John Wensveen, I ran into him. He is the director of the International Space University out of France. So he will be, he's trying to build partnerships over here. He realizes this is the hub, and so we're talking, and I'm hoping I can get him connected to an organization that will make sense for him. And then 3 panels, and this time I really want to focus on our Space Coast here. So it's companies that were started here. So like L3 Harris, Florida Tech started here. You've got JCon, Everything Brevard, companies that manufacture here. And so structural composites, and we've got Boeing. There's a whole bunch. And then our final one is space and the Space Coast, because really that's why we're called Space Coast. So we'll have a panel. So we'll have United Launch Alliance, and like I said, there's Lockheed on that one, and the other, Airbus is one. We have Rogue Valley Micro Devices. That's a new company that's come in. Yes, they haven't opened their doors yet, but they are a microchip processor manufacturer. And so, it's just kind of exciting, the things that are here in this area. And so the symposium really brings the information to the business community so that they can hear what's going on, make better decisions as they're being
with it.
Strategic, and to make those connections, because we're bringing them to you. It depends on how you use your time there, to really make those connections, because gatekeepers are everything, and getting past that door is sometimes the biggest challenge that you'll ever find.
Absolutely.
So,
So what if you're a small business owner? I mean, I've been to your chamber meetings. They're fabulous.
Thank you.
And people really do talk to each other. It's not like these little pods that don't talk to anybody else.
No.
But from a small business owner standpoint, how can the chamber help in terms of exposure, things like that?
So one thing that really helps when somebody joins our chamber is we're the fastest growing chamber in Central Florida. So that's all of Orlando.
Like everything else.
Yeah. Orlando, Brevard County. I mean, we grew 66% last year.
Wow.
Year over year revenue. And sorry, that was 2023. Last year was another growth spurt too. We really do help the small businesses. They are the lifeblood of our community. And so you're right, we're not cliquey. We are very welcoming, and we want everybody to get connected. So part of what we do is have events so that they're able to connect. We definitely make sure that we're making introductions. If they come and join, we sit down with them, and they walk away with a boatload of people they can connect with. We also get them connected to some of the free services. So SCORE is a great service that it's retired executives that will sit down. They'll talk about marketing plans, budgeting, finance. If they've never started the company, really talk about the best way to do it. Some people, should be a sole proprietor, some S Corp, C Corp, LLCs. But often people don't know that. And they come to us once are in trouble, and then it's harder to help when things have been set up wrong and that. So we are hoping that they come to us first.
I always love walking in the door and talking to Cindy Hunt. She knows so many people just like you.
Yes.
But she knows, I mean, your website, just being affiliated with your website is an incredible boon to any small business.
Yeah, we have over 300,000 views a year. And so we found that because of the symposium and things that we're doing that are driving traffic to our website, the pages that every single member gets, the traffic there is unbelievable. I mean, before we didn't say it a lot because, you know, when we're first kind of trying to get things going, okay, you had 5 views, you know, you have 5 views that went to your page. Now, I mean, it's hundreds, sometimes thousands, and we're just blown away. I mean, really. And so often the chamber is higher ranked than their own website. So when people are looking for something because of our traffic, it helps them with SEO. It's really, a chamber is more than just a networking group. I think sometimes people don't understand what chambers do. You know, we always say our mission, it's to serve, advocate, and promote as a trusted voice for the business community. Chambers have been around since 1566. Of course, they've changed somewhat since then, but we also do advocate, and we go up to Tallahassee, we go up to Washington. I think that's sadly our name minimizes all that we do because we really are county-wide. We have members actually from outside our area, all the way from MIMS to MECO. I mean, it really and beyond. So our focus has been always the community. I mean, it really is. So it just makes us a little different. But and then when you said about all the mayors, so yeah, that mayor's breakfast, we get all the 16 mayors of every city and town here in Brevard County together at one time. And so for somebody in the real estate industry, you get to hear what's happening. And I mean, areas are thriving. I mean, Titusville is on a boom. Cocoa is on a boom. I mean, the beaches, they don't have as much room left. You know, they're kind of built out. But West Melbourne, Vieira, it really was interesting to hear from the different mayors and what is happening. And that's totally unique. I mean, I don't know if I've as you say, you usually see a couple in the room together, but to get all 16 of them is just,
and you do it every year.
We do it every year.
Nancy, it has been so enlightening speaking with you. And obviously, you know, you've learned a great overview. I encourage you to get on the Greater Palm Bay Chamber of Commerce website and learn even more. And of course, they have phones too.
Yes.
But yes, this is definitely an area, whether you're bringing your business or looking for a job, this is an area where there's plenty of room for growth and opportunity. And I hope you've learned a lot today, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks so much.